Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3 of the Rowdy Hour podcast. We have got our guest Mills here. Mills, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people and let them know what you are all about, man.
What's going on? I am Mills. Obviously, I'm a Twitch streamer. I am mainly live streamer. While I consider myself a content creator, my signature is in the live streaming atmosphere. I started with a lot of sports. I start in the franchise area for the most part, and I moved around to all the different sports. I have connections with SDS, 2K, EA at this point, and a bunch of other companies. And since then, since becoming sports, I've actually branched out, I'd say, more into variety, more so over the last year and a half, to kind of expand where I can go and not give a game rule over my content as opposed to having me ruling my content.
And I let me just tell you right now, I am so excited to have Mills on. I'm so gracious that he blessed us with some of his time. One of the most knowledgeable and most well-respected content creators in the space that I have met. I have never met a person that has a bad thing to say about Mills, except for John4456 in the Twitter comments. But we don't really listen to those people. But you will not find a well-respected person more than Mills in this space. So I'm very glad to have him, and hopefully he can bless us with some knowledge to help you guys out who are trying to continue your content journey and get to the best point that you possibly can in this content creation space and business. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Mills, I want to get to know you a little bit more because obviously I've only known you for two and a half years, maybe three. So I don't necessarily know your whole story. What inspired your journey into this content creation world?
So actually, I started with a website called Operation Sports. Operation Sports is a website that was dedicated to simulation based gaming, making sure that the games became as close to real life as possible. And they were actually on the forefront of working with developers before social media became a thing. Back when forums were a thing, developers from EA, developers from SDS, and developers from 2K. Matter of fact, there are developers that work in all three of those companies now, came from Operation Sports. The Czar from 2K is an Operation Sports OG. There are plenty of people all over. At the time with Operation Sports, I was helping them run the site. I was site admin, forum admin, a bunch of other stuff for them. I wanted to increase my voice. I saw the writing on the wall of, hey, video is becoming more of a thing, podcasts are becoming a thing. And I wanted to make myself have a bigger voice. I didn't want to lose the influence that I had and that I had built up. So my channel actually started as twitch.tv/ Operation Sports, until the owner came to me one day and was like, hey, we're thinking about selling the website. I was the only one working on the Twitch page. So he said, listen, if you want to keep the Twitch page and don't want this in the sale, my suggestion is change it over to yours. So we changed the Twitch site over to Mills Gaming TV, which is where it stayed for about a year, until I realized that partners had access to programs that did not that didn't that are dead names. Essentially, there was a program for partners to pick up dead names. So I picked up Mills, and we've been twitch.tv/ Mills ever since. And here we are. Like it's been I've been streaming for, it'll be 7 years in April. I've been a partner. Well, no, it'll be 8 years in April. I've been a partner for 7 of those. And I've slowly branched out to other social medias. I've been time wise. By the way, I'm not a full time streamer. I have a day job still that pays a lot of the bills. And here we are, man. Like I don't have time to do YouTube, so I try to do TikTok when I can. I'm now streaming to multiple platforms just to get more discovery. Twitch is finally making discovery a thing, it seems like. And that's kind of where the journey has taken me so far.
So now, obviously, like you said, you have been in this space for a very long time. What was it like in the early days for you as a content creator? Because I feel like was it the same as it is now for a creator that's starting out brand new on Twitch, like it was back in the day? Was it this pretty much the same as far as low numbers, kind of hard to build that viewership base, or do you think it's totally different starting out as a streamer back then than it is now?
I think it's way more saturated now than it was back then. But that didn't change the numbers. The what everyone knows what well, actually, I won't even say everyone. There are a lot of people that don't know what Twitch is now still, but Twitch is more in the mainstream now than it was back then. So you had to actually like explain to people, hey, I live stream video games and people watch if you want to come watch. And people were like, why would I want to watch you play video games? I was like, just stop by and check it out. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the hook. So Discovery wasn't any better back then. There just wasn't as much saturation in the sphere, and I think that's true of everything. YouTube back then was the Wild West. Twitch was the Wild West back then. Completely different leadership, looking for different things. But yeah, a lot has changed. But the biggest change is everybody gets to hit go live now. They've made it so easy for everybody to hit go live that that's become a thing.
So do you believe like discoverability and the saturation is the biggest change you've seen from when you started compared to now? Or do you think there's a bigger change that you've seen in the landscape of the streaming content creation world since you started?
I think the biggest change I've seen is the legitimacy. Discoverability is a strong number two, but legitimacy of the actual career. Content creator is a career now. Like you ask kids in school, it's not astronaut anymore. It's not like rocket scientist. It's not, I want to be like a deep sea diver or whatever you want to be when you were in high school or middle school or elementary school. I have a 13-year-old nephew that's asking his dad to get on YouTube. Like that's what he wants to do. He wants to get on YouTube and we're talking like there are 13-year-olds making millions right now on YouTube. So it's become a way more legitimate career when you say, "Hey, what do you do? I'm a YouTuber. Hey, I'm a Twitch streamer." Like there are more people that go, "Oh, cool," instead of, "Oh, what?" So I think that's the biggest change. But discoverability is a big number two. I think discoverability or the saturation that causes discoverability issues is a big number two.
Yeah, I mean, like at least for me, and even when I was in school, right? When I was in middle school, it still had not reached that peak because Fortnite had not came out yet, and I feel like that's when it really, I think, skyrocketed to the peak. Honestly, was when Fortnite released, and when I was in middle school, I wanted to become a YouTuber, and so like for me, that was before there was OG Fortnite, right? I was growing up with the OG Minecraft YouTubers who had kind of started to come onto the scene, and I think that's really where, at least for my generation, I think that was the first time you really saw kids go, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be a streamer. Because when I was coming up in school and watching these guys, that was the career I wanted. And like, I'm not going to lie, people would look at me and be like, you're crazy. Or it would be like, are you sure you don't want to just go become a doctor or like a lawyer? And I'm like, no, that's lame. I want to go play Minecraft and build virtual blocks all day and entertain people. That's what I want to do. So yeah, I mean, you're right. It is definitely became a more legitimate career and it's become more accepted. It's still not as accepted as much from people, but it's definitely making its way to where it is becoming more and more accepted as a career. When people say it, there's less and less people that look at you and think that you're absolutely crazy. You need to be sent to the crazy house.
Oh, it was the Ninja stream. The Ninja Drake stream was the big one. That was the it went all over social media. Oh my god, Drake's on Twitch. Like, why is Drake on Twitch? Oh, he's streaming with Ninja. Wait, who's Ninja? And then all of a sudden it was Ninja, Drake, and celebrities started, collabing at that point. Celebrities realized that there was growth potential online, and then obviously now they know that most places you find bands now are online. It's not, hey, you don't find bands on the radio anymore. You find music online. We all know what Drake's dropping something at midnight tonight. We know that because they tweeted it out. Like, it is what it is. That's where the discoverability is now for musicians and celebrities. So they knew what they were doing. Like that was a calculated move by Drake when it happened. He saw the writing on the wall as well. And with Fortnite as big as it was, I mean, hell, it propelled for that stream propelled Ninja to national TV. And I'm not saying it was a great spot for him. Obviously, it was one of the more embarrassing things to happen, and he took it as well as he could. But it propelled him to national TV for New Year's. He was on a New Year's special. Like, how crazy is that? Like, we Dick Clark, Ryan Seeker, they all have been there, and Ninja was there, a Twitch streamer. I still find that crazy That's where that's where it all started to get massive, and that's when the legitimacy was like, oh man, people can really do this. So
Now I know you touched on the saturation earlier, how it's much more saturated market now.
mhm.
But with now TikTok being so big and YouTube Shorts being so big and YouTube being so big, and there's so many places that you can post content. Do you believe that it's easier to grow now, or do you think it was easier to grow back then when you started, even though it's more saturated now? But you have much more avenues that you can go down to promote your content and have more chances for it to go viral compared to back when you started.
I don't think it's easier either time. I don't think it like I think it's different methodology now. So before you had a small pool of viewers that you had to like scratch and claw for. Okay, you had to know where to find them. I was fortunate that I was already building up on Twitter back then. I had already built myself up with Operation Sports. I'd built myself up through multiple different forums. So I brought those people over into into Twitch streaming or into like YouTube, that kind of stuff, so they could see that. Now the biggest thing now is, yes, there are so many different avenues for discoverability, but so many people do the same thing. Everybody, there's so many people that aren't creative. If you go live, if you sit down at your computer, turn on your game, go live and start playing a video game, you will not succeed. That's just the way it is. If you sit down, start playing a video game, and have no creative outlet other than that, that's where your strategy ends. You're not going to succeed. You'll never. No one. People will stop in and be like, "Oh, why am I going to watch you over somebody that's got 3,000 people in their chat?" Or even the people that don't like the. There are viewers that look for smaller streamers, right? Well, why is somebody going to come to you, not you specifically, but like, why is someone going to come to a streamer who's just playing video games with no hook? It's like any other TV show. You got to have a hook. The more content creators treat this like a business and like an entertainment business, the faster you see them start getting bigger. It's like, so one of my idols and one of the people I look up to the most in the industry is Co Carnage. He's a variety streamer, a very big variety streamer, and he got big by being variety. He wasn't variety at first. He got big on, I want to say he got big on a shooter, or he got big on one game. Wasted it because he got lucky. He went viral back in our day when going viral meant you get to keep all those viewers. Going viral, by the way, doesn't mean you get to keep viewers. You go viral once, that's not enough. And he wasted it. Now he came back and said, I want to be variety. He studied all of the people that were successful. He studied their patterns. He studied what they do. There are a lot of people that watch him because he's a variety streamer. He goes live with different things. He's in a different game all the time, but it's not random. And I tweeted this out the other day. Like that's the big thing about strategy now. You can be a variety streamer, but it can't be random. There has to be a strategy behind your content. And that's the thing is like, you have this big ass funnel, right, Rowdy? This big funnel of people. Before we didn't have the funnel, we just had this straight like tube of people coming in. So you got TikTok, you got YouTube, you got Facebook, you got internet forums, you got Reddit, even though Reddit hates content creators. No offense, Reddit. I'm actually liking Reddit more. You've got all this social media, but you have to find some way to funnel them to you, right? That's all strategy. You can't just throw it all out there and expect them to come in the funnel. When you throw it out there, it's got to be strategic. It's like me. I started doing variety. So you know what I started doing? I started putting, random games on my channel. I'd start the stream up and be like, oh, what are we going to play tonight? You know what happened? I lost 60% of my viewership because no one knew what they were coming into anymore. They knew they were coming in and they knew they loved me. So I was keeping my core. But everybody else never knew what they were coming for. One day it would be Madden. One day it would be NBA 2K. One day it would be COD. One day it would be Fortnite. One day it would be some random RPG. There was no rhyme or reason. You know how I started building that back? All right, we're going to play this game for a couple days. Then when I feel like I've gotten, I've squeezed the juice, we're going to play this game for a couple days. I still have fallbacks. I'm gonna play Madden on my channel on a regular basis. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play their game, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I play that game on my channel on a regular basis, so I have that base to fall back on when there's no game that I want game of the week that I want to play, but it can't be random anymore. And people don't understand how much goes into that. And the quicker they understand that, that's what's different now. Back then, you could just go live and funnel people in, but you had to be entertaining. Now you have to be entertaining, strategic, and a full businessman all in one.
Yeah, I seen somebody put the tweet out the other day that it's not really you're not really a content creator anymore. You're more like an entrepreneur in a way because of all the things that you have to be able to do. I think content creator almost now saying you're just a content creator is almost a disservice to all the things that you have to be able to do. A lot of people you have to be able to edit, you have to be able to make thumbnails, you have to be a business person as far as working out your own deals with brands. You need to be able to be entertainer, so you have to be an entertainer, a video editor, a photographer, a thumbnail creator, artist, pretty much. With the way
Yep.
you have to be
Graphic
able to create
artist. You have
thumbnails.
to be a graphic
Yeah,
designer.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You have to be a graphic designer. You need to be able to promote your stuff. So you pretty much have to be your own PR person, your own marketer. I mean, that's so much in one thing. Like that, it's just calling yourself a content creator, I feel like it's a disservice now. You're really just an entrepreneur with everything that you need to be able to do required to have success in this business now.
And the crazy thing is, with the skills that we teach ourselves on a normal basis, like we could go into plenty of places in the entertainment industry and start not even ground floor, like start medium level with some of the things, some of the editing that content creators have, some of the live skills, like the live mic skills that some people have. There, this is not easy. Talking to a camera is not easy because you're talking. I have a buddy of mine that's a radio show host that streams, and he goes, I have no idea how you do it. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, he's so used to doing radio, which you get like live callers. It's a different world. You When you're streaming, you're talking to a camera. I don't have a live audience in front of me. I don't have any. I have a live audience in the chat, but that's completely different. And like if I'm playing, let's say I am, and I'm a gaming streamer, I'm not a reaction streamer, which we'll talk about later because I have my own thoughts on that. But I'm not a reaction streamer. I'm a gaming streamer. So if I'm playing a game, I have to worry about the game. I have to worry about my audio. I have to worry about my video. I have to worry about what OBS is doing at the time. I have to worry about my chat. I have to worry about social media just in case something pops off and I need to start talking about it. Like all of those things have to be happening while I'm live entertaining. And if I shut my mouth for 30 seconds playing this game and doing all this stuff, I'm losing viewers by doing that. I'm losing viewers by shutting my mouth. My mouth has to be running constantly, and it can't just be a verbal diarrhea. It's got to be something going on. It's got to be something continuously happening. One of the biggest mistakes I see smaller creators, I wouldn't call smaller creators not even a thing. One of the biggest mistakes I see less experienced creators do is they will sit there no matter, I don't care how many viewers you have in your chat and it's silence. If I come in and I don't hear words in the first 20 seconds, I'm out. I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm not giving you more than 20 seconds because I have a Twitch. I have twitch.tv. I've got youtube.com. I've got Kick, all these other places you want to go to. I have all of these places that I can find people to watch. If you're not going to entertain me in the first 20 seconds, it's like this. You see this, Rowdy? This right here is what we're entertaining. Kids that have grown up with these. Okay? How long do you watch a TikTok?
Oh, I'll
Be
I'll
honest
watch
with
them.
yourself.
I'll sit and watch TikToks for like 2-3 hours. It's bad.
How long will you watch a single TikTok?
Oh, a single TikTok? Oh,
How often do you just scroll by it? How long do you give yourself
three
before
to
you
three,
go?
the key 3 to 4 seconds, like everyone talks about. You got to hook them within the first 3 to 4 seconds, and I know that because
Ri-
I'm the generation that grew up like that. My
Yep.
generation is the one that started it. So if there's one thing that I know best, it's how to hook someone in 3 to 4 seconds, and I know what hooks them because I was the
Yep.
person where if you don't hook me in 3 to 4 seconds, I'm out of there. I'm gone. I'm like that in Twitch streams too. If I come in first 3 to 4 seconds, I'll give you a little bit longer. But if I'm not hooked immediately, I'm probably not coming back. To be honest with you.
Yep. And that's the crazy thing is that like we live in a world where 3 to 4 seconds determines our success. And even now, like I co-stream to I with the new rules. I mean, the rules didn't change that much, but with the new rules, I stream to I was streaming to Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok and Twitter. Right? I said, okay, I have no way to monitor the Twitter chat, so why am I streaming to Twitter? right? Because no one on Twitter is gonna see a video and go, oh, I need to go see where he is so I can get his attention. Sorry, no one's gonna do that. So if I can't watch the chat on Twitter, I'm not streaming to Twitter. YouTube, the other part of the problems is, so YouTube, I don't do YouTube videos, I do VODs on YouTube, right? Those aren't really there for growth. Those are there for, hey, if someone sees it, maybe they will. That's more for my Twitch channel, because Twitch's VOD experience isn't that great. So they like to watch on YouTube. So I upload stuff to YouTube that way. But there's no reason for me to stream live on YouTube, because YouTube's not going to feed me out to anybody. YouTube's the same. Just so we're clear, I don't know what people think YouTube gaming is. Discovery on YouTube gaming is just as bad as discovery on Twitch. The only difference is on YouTube, you can put actual like YouTube content out, and then that's how you grow. And then YouTube Live is how you connect with the community. There is zero growth on YouTube gaming. If you just go live on YouTube and don't do YouTube content, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're essentially having to watch another chat. So I don't go live on YouTube. I go live on 2 channels. I go live on Twitch. I go live on TikTok, right? If I miss a TikTok chat in 5 seconds, that person's gone. I've tried it. I've seen people chat and I go, hey, what's going on? You know, what are you up to tonight? Or like, what was dinner? All those things. No answer. Because I see the time I see the timestamp. I'm like, oh crap, I missed that. You know, I missed that a couple seconds ago. Because it's in different parts of my monitor. And there's no way to integrate TikTok chat into Twitch yet. So, although I think Restream does that, but you need a stream key. And I have one now, but I haven't like put it in yet. So I see everyone so excited about, you know, let's stream to multiple platforms. Brother, streaming to multiple platforms isn't going to make you grow. I'm sorry. TikTok, it might, because you can pop off on live on TikTok, but you're still going to watch the chat. And then you got to be another thing. I know I see some of my viewers in the chat. If I focus too much on TikTok, my Twitch viewership starts going down, because my Twitch community is my family, you know, right? That's my boys, that's my guys, that's where we grow, that's the home, that's the cult. Listen, if I start ignoring them, right? Now what am I doing? I'm undermining myself on that side. Even with TikTok, yeah, Haley, I think you still have to have a key. I got a key now that Restream will do it. Restream will do it, yes, but honestly, dude, people think that this multi-streaming was a big discovery tool. It's not. It's something for bigger streamers to be able to get seen bigger. Like for guys like Ninja. Like Ninja, that's why Ninja was doing it, because Ninja already has a community on all of these sites. But Rowdy, like, I don't have a YouTube following. Me going live on YouTube doesn't do a goddamn thing for me.
Yeah,
I hate to be that guy. I hate to be that guy, because I feel like I'm always the one encouraging people, and I do encourage people, and I love encouraging people because I love seeing people succeed. But I'm also the first person that will tell somebody, listen, if you're not doing the work, it's not going to work. And even if you do the work, the worst part is, even if you do the work, there's still a great chance that it's not going to work. It sucks to hear. It sucks that you have to tell people that. Like, there is a great chance that there are incredible content creators out there right now, streaming to 2 people, putting up 3 YouTube videos a week, putting up 3 TikToks a week, and they will never get found. It sucks. It really does. And people say it's luck. It's not luck, because eventually when you get found, it's preparation. Essentially what you're doing is you're preparing yourself for when it does happen, right? So when it happens, now you're ready to blow up. When it does happen, you can act on it. When you have a TikTok go viral, now you're ready to, you know, start pumping that place. Or you have a YouTube short go viral. Okay, what can I do to bring those people in, right? And I will, and since I'm watching, I know it's a podcast. I'm still watching. K Rich in your chat says, I feel like you gotta lock in on one and build a community to upscale from there. You have to have a home. You have to have a home. Everything else can funnel there, but you have to have a home. And always remember, those platforms don't want you to use them as a funnel. They want you to use them as your home. So you gotta be very, very careful like that. Like if you TikTok, Did you know on TikTok you can actually get taken out of the algorithm by pushing certain things on your stream? If you have certain images, this is the rumor. This is the rumor. I don't know if this is for sure or not, but I've heard it from some legitimate sources. Twitch logo, things like links on the screen. Twitch or TikTok's algorithm is so good they see that and say, nope, out, goodbye. We don't want you pushing people off TikTok. So it's all of these little things that no one knows. You talked about it. I mean, you talked about it. We talked about it before the podcast, and I'm sure we'll talk about it more. There's so many little pieces of information that you'll never get. It's really incredibly hard to get a full picture of everything. You know what I mean? You gotta reach out to so many sources, and so many sources now. So many of the successful sources gatekeep. They gatekeep the information. It's a very tough business.
And that's why I'm doing this podcast, because it's a way to bring creators on, ask them questions, get their information out there to the masses, and it's free. And you can sit here and you can listen to stuff and people can get the information, because that's one of the things that's bothered me. And I wanted to figure out a way to help people not have to go through the pain and experience I've had to go through trying to get the little information that I have in the 3 years that I've been doing this. I want to
Yep.
find a way to help somebody, because at the end of the day, and I'll be honest here, everyone can have success. I don't think people realize that. We can all have success and be friends with each other. We don't it doesn't have to be cutthroat and be like, "Well, I don't like this guy because he's got this many viewers and he's taken away from my success." No, we can all have success and we can all be friends with each other. We don't have to be constantly competing with each other and just not like each other. We can be friends and help each other succeed in this, and in anything. You can help each other succeed and not just be upset with each other because we're having success.
And what's funny about that is I have proof. The difference is experience. I have proof that that works. I was one of the OG MLB streamers. I was in the MLB The Show community with Clutch. Healy was on back then. Cougs was back then. Carl Dude was back then. There was all of these guys back then. I know I'm missing some, so I'm sorry if I miss anybody. I helped multiple streamers that grew bigger than me and grew faster than me. And I'm okay with that. I understand that. But the thing is that I helped grow that tree and I grew because of that. So all of those people like Dimmu's a great example here, right? Dimmu was a smaller streamer when he started streaming MLB The Show, and he grew incredibly fast because he's hilarious, he's very talented, and he got a lot of tips and advice as he went up, right? Now that Dimmu is huge in comparison, right? Shelfie was back then too, yeah. So now that Dimmu is where he is, when he's in the MLB directory, every time he's in the MLB directory, the MLB directory is better because of it. Because when he signs off, those viewers, not all of them, trickle down. I can't tell you how many viewers I share with Dimmu because of our similar style in what we play. The way he plays MLB, the way we both engage in chat before we worry about being good at the game. It's like MUT streamers. They're like MUT streamers and I don't have a lot of crossover because they're worried about being competitive. But when Dimmu's playing franchise, like we share a lot of that viewership because Dimmu is incredibly engaging and he streams very much the same way I do in terms of talent wise. If no one helped Dimmu and Dimmu didn't grow, those viewers never come into that directory and we never see that, and the rest of us never see them. People need to understand that the more people you help grow, especially hardworking ones that work outside of Twitch and bring people onto Twitch, the more people bring people into your directory, the more eyes that will see you and others in that directory as well. It's the same thing with Madden. It's why I encourage people to play franchise in Madden. Like I love this. I think franchise is better than MUT. I really do. I think there's more content creation in terms of creativity, not no more content creation. Because I will tell you this right now, and I'm going to offend some MUT streamers. If I see all I see on MUT streaming is pack, some gameplay, pack. That's why I like watching Dubby so much. One of the reasons I watch Dubby is because he puts on entertaining gameplay, he engages with his chat. Bot Wars is the best competitive Madden we see, but he doesn't sit there and do what everybody else does. right? He's creative with what he does. When he plays MLB, he's creative with what he does. No offense to anybody doing MUT stuff, man, but like your pack stuff's only gonna last so long. And when the packs don't hit, your content doesn't hit. It's so reliant on pack openings. It's the same thing in MLB. When people, that's why MLB actually is a little better because MLB doesn't rely on packs. If you notice, MLB content gets a little bit more creative because you have to grind to get those cards. There's things to do to get those cards. It's just I wish people, and this is me talking directly to the sports category, and one of the reasons I'm getting out of it. I wish people understood. I wish people understood that creativity will always trump just blind, easy content. That's why, you know what? Let's get into it. You ready? That's why when they started paying blue check marks on Twitter, if you look at everybody that started doing the 4-picture react bullshit, they started losing engagement. And you know why? Because a lot of their followership saw through it and said, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Easy engagement actually turns your core community off. Your core community does not like those type of things when you take advantage of them. When you're just like, hey, let's do this. Here's 4 pictures. Which one do you like best? Here, serve this bullshit up. Eat it for me. They're only going to do that so long. As a content creator, you have to constantly be able to reinvent yourself. That one of the people that does it the best is Gutfox. Gutfox is always changing. Matter of fact, we did the franchise series with Gutfox, right? He's always looking for something new. The MUT content creators that are sitting there just, hey, let's open some packs. Okay, now what? Oh God, EA's late today with the program. What are we gonna do? We might as well sign off because I've got nothing to do now. Really? You're that reliant on a video game company that you can't create content when they're late? I understand being pissed about content being late, but now you got to sign. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in every goddamn video game we play, Rowdy. The company screwed me over. The company's making my content bad. No, you suck as a content creator. You're a terrible content creator if a company being late with content is your reliance. And it happens all the time. It drives me wild, man. It drives me wild. It makes me so happy to be able to say those type of things too. But I say them on my stream all the time. It makes me so happy to let people understand, like, Jesus Christ, get a creative bone in your body. Because if you're reliant on content from a video game to be a content creator, you suck as a content creator. You're a terrible content creator if a video game company makes your content worse. I'm sorry. That's bottom line. That's bottom line. Bottom line is, and that's why I'm getting into variety, because Madden started affecting my content, because when they had a gameplay issue, I was like, I don't like playing this game anymore. I still love playing Madden now because they fixed some of the stuff, but I took Madden off my channel for a month. When the drop started happening, you know what I did? I moved away from Madden. And I have that ability to do that. The core of my community has been taught, hey man, let's be here for me. Listen, this is a stream that's here for us. We're here. We'll play something else. You know what? We'll go play through Alan Wake. And you know what I lost? I lost some people at Alan Wake, but I didn't lose them all. My core community grew. I know where my core community number is. If you know where your core community number is, if you grow from that, you're good. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I lose 10% of my community when I play it. You believe that? A horror, asymmetric horror game, I lose 10% of my community now. From sports. Sport to sport to sport, I don't lose anything. Sport to sport, doesn't matter. As long as I have sports. I played zombies this week. I played zombies Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Lost 23% of my community. Off of a game that's nothing, a single player experience, by the way. I've read solo runs. And so many people in our sports world are scared. They're scared, and they don't realize, hey, only so many people are going to watch you open fucking packs. Excuse my language. I don't know how you followed up. Sorry, bro. Sorry,
No,
Rowdy.
no, you're good. Hey,
I'm done
man.
ranting, I
No,
promise.
dude, you're good. Look, this is what the podcast is about, man. Letting people speak their opinions on content creation topics and what their thoughts are. The podcast is not about me or anything I got to say. I'm here to listen to what you have to say and what your thoughts are on things so I can learn from it and other people can learn from it and make their content creation game better and take it to another level. That's what this whole podcast is about, Mills. So I am not going to complain at all. And I don't think anybody watching this or watching live right now is going to complain at all. Listening to this.
Okay, we'll get complaints. Don't worry, I'll get DMs later. Every time I start spouting off, I get the "Did you mean me?" No, I'm not talking about anyone specifically. I just there are so many people out there right now that are just locked down. Rowdy, why do people feel like a game has to lead their content?
I think it has to
insane.
do with there are people out there, and I am in no space to say this because I try to keep my mouth shut because I don't feel like I have the right to speak on certain subjects because I don't have the success that others have. I'll be honest. That's why I keep my mouth shut at certain times because I feel like I'm not at the point that I need to be at to be able to speak on certain things. But my personal viewpoint is I feel like some people know that they will not survive without that because they know that people are watching them for the content within the game and they're not watching them for them, and they know that they do not have the personality to carry them to other games. I don't, and I'm not going to sit here and tell them that you're a bad creator because I understand it. Look, if you know that, I think that's honestly a hard thing for some people to recognize is that their success is based off of content in a game, right? I think that's hard for some people to recognize. Some people go out there and be like, you know what? I can survive without it. Some people know that they can only survive within one game and they're happy with that. And if you are happy with that, more success to you and more power to you. But if you know that you have the chance to do it, don't be scared. If you know you have that core community already built up, you can do it. You can do variety if you have that core community built up and you have what it takes and you have that it factor. But some people know they don't have the it factor. And you know what? That's okay. If you know you can only survive in one game, stay in that one game and just keep on chugging and, do what you need to do.
And here's the big thing. That's huge. If you have a core community, and some people treat this like job, which they should, but they treat it like hey, look, my job is Madden. And I'm okay with that. If you're okay with that, I'm okay with that. Like, as a content creator, if you feel like you have to play Madden and that's where you're okay being, even when you hate the game, but then don't go on your then don't go on your stream and complain about Madden. Like, you obviously going to complain about Madden. I understand that, but you can only complain so much before your community goes, man, I can't take this anymore. There is a thing about social media, and the more negativity you are, and this is not a positivity negativity thing because I rant all the time. Don't get me wrong. But the more negativity you read on social media about a subject, the more negative you are going to be about that subject. I have let the community actually get to me about Madden before. Last year was a big one for me. Last year was I actually had to step back and thankfully Faye saw this before I did. Faye literally, and Faye doesn't play Madden. Faye knows only what I scream about on stream. Faye pulled me back and she said, "That's not you." And I said, "What do you mean that's not me?" She goes, "You're talking about MUT and you're talking about spending money on the game, and you don't even like spending money on the game. Like, why do you do it?" And I was like, "Well, it's good content." She goes, "It's not. It really isn't." She goes, "You're a terrible person when you're mad on stream." And I am. There's a guy there's a guy in here right now, in your chat right now, named Birdman Bob. I came on to stream Monday in a bad mood. Admittedly in a bad mood, right? He made one offhanded comment and I blew up. And it wasn't a beef, it was just a difference in opinion. And I blew up. I blew up to a point to where I attacked him personally and banned him from my chat and then brought him back later after the stream. I literally had to go to it. I went to his, I hope he doesn't mind me talking about this. Like, I went to his DM and apologized immediately after the stream because I knew what I had done. The negativity you bring onto this platform is listen, you reap what you sow. There are people on this platform that have made a platform out of being negative. and then they get stuck. They get stuck. I can name one right off the top of my head that's not on here anymore. He's over on Kick. Very big content creator who has made his entire career about negativity and about poking fun at himself and poking fun of other people. And you can see him crack sometimes. You can, because I watch him still, just because I'm a huge fan of it. I love the way he entertains, but you can see him crack sometimes. Okay, you see him get to the point where he's like, man, why do you guys keep doing this to me? And part of it's part of the bit. Don't get me wrong. Part of it's part of the bit, but there's a part of him you can legitimately see him going, man, all everyone ever does is make fun of me. All anyone ever does is make fun of me. And he's stuck because that's what he made his career about. When whatever you decide to make your career about on this platform is what you are going to have to deal with. Okay? And again, stand up for yourself, set boundaries. Your community will respect that. But I'm going to be real with you. If you let your community roll over you because you want views or you want money or you want whatever, then you deal with your own bed. You lay in it and you let them beat the shit out of you. It's the way it's going to be. It's the way it's going to be. There are people on this platform, people we know that have done that, and eventually they got their feelings hurt. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Gets their feelings hurt, really, because all they do is get made fun of all the time, and then they go behind the scenes, are like, well, what do I do? Set fucking boundaries. Like, tell them you don't like it. You know what I mean? And the same thing happens with negativity on social media. The more negativity you put out on social media, that's the type of audience you will bring in, and that's the type of audience that you will have to deal with. And I promise you, it gets old after a while. No one can live like that. No one can. Because eventually your negativity starts seeping in, going, I hate this game. I'm talking negative about Madden all the time. It's okay to criticize Madden. There's nothing wrong with it. I criticize Madden all the time. But if you're being negative to Madden just to be negative to Madden, you're not going to have fun playing Madden, and there goes your main game. It's one of the reasons, I'm going to bring Dubby back up again. I respect the hell out of Dubby because Dubby gets mad at certain things in Madden. Dubby speaks up about things he thinks should change in Madden, but you know what he does at the end of the day? He takes onus on himself for playing the game. He says very clearly, I play this game. I'm going to make myself find a way to win in this game. I don't care what's going on. If I don't care what problems are in the game right now. I'm going to find a way to win the game. I'm going to work my way around it, and I'm going to create content around it too. And I'm going to make it content. I'm going to make it funny. So
So I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. You were talking about criticizing games and criticizing Madden, and you've been very openly of criticizing things that are wrong in Madden, and criticizing EA at times, and criticizing other companies. And you have a very good relationship with a lot of companies and brands. And I wanted to ask you, how did you go about building relationships with these brands and these strong relationships that you have with brands and companies now? How did you go about that?
I know how to keep my mouth shut. Real talk. I am a walking NDA before I signed any NDA. And I proved myself multiple times. Again, you're talking 20 plus years in sports gaming. When I was with Operation Sports, I was already talking to developers. But the thing is, even there, I kept giving feedback. It was always, until the last, I will say 18 months, I was incredibly, I was critical at times, but like my thing was I always found a way to do it constructively. For years, I was constructive when people would just tear them down. And and I'm not saying you should protect these companies. Oh my God, the big company, don't hurt their feelings. I mean, there are real devs that work on those games. There are real human beings that work on those games. And I don't care if you think they're good or bad at the job or not. Like there's a stark difference between criticizing a problem in the game and yelling a developer's name all the time. By name. Okay, and some people don't care about that. And if that's the content you want to create, I'm okay with that. I have no problem with that. But if you want to have a relationship with a game and call developers out personally, those two things don't go hand in hand. Okay, there is a respect level that I've always given, and over the last 18 months, I've broken that a couple times, and there have been some hard conversations I've had because of that. I'm talking like conversations face to face with human beings who said, "I'm okay with you hating this game, but you need to like right here. This cannot happen, and not because I'm associated with the game. It's because there is a respect level between two human beings that I broke." You know what I mean? Like there is if you maintain respect consistently and you are an active voice and you are a constant active voice and you say, "Hey, look," and you're a critical, it's the same way as Discovery on Twitch, right? Let's say you're a franchise creator, okay? And you're on Twitter all the time. You don't have to tag people. Believe me, you type the word Madden, they see it. Okay? I'm going to be very clear. Every single developer, well, every single community manager sees most of the tweets about the game you're talking about if you type the name of the game in there. Doesn't even have to be a hashtag. Doesn't even have to be a hashtag. They see most of them. I promise you, it's their job to see most of them. Hell, I see most of them because that's sort of my job, was bringing in feedback and finding new people for the programs and stuff like that. Like that's a big thing. That being said, there is a stark difference between, "God damn it, I really hate this game. I really wish that the receivers wouldn't drop the ball," and "God damn it, Clint's a fucking idiot." There is a difference in those two statements. One of those two statements I would never say because I don't have, like, that's not in me. That's not in me. And there have been a couple times where I've called out like the head of Mutt. And I've called, and I remember what it was. I remember the exact tweet that I put out that caused me the most issues. And it was, I said that gameplay MUT designers aren't actual devs. And when I typed it, I was angry. And when I typed it, I knew what I was typing. And when I hit send, I knew what I was sending. And it was a completely disrespectful tweet. And it was based on something that happened in MUT last year. Or no, I'm sorry, economists. I said the economists aren't actual gameplay devs or aren't actual game developers. It was specifically economists. I knew who it was. I knew what I was going for. And there are a lot of times I tweet things out where I know what I want to do with the tweet. Like there are a lot of times where you see me tweet out like, "I think," or, "my feelings are," and my goal is to rally the troops for a very specific thing. That being said, that specific tweet led me to some hard conversations with people that I know personally. And I knew personally what I was doing when I said it. And I can tell you right now, there's one friendship, and I will say friendship that I had that I no longer have because of that tweet. And I'm not even talking about relationship, friendship to a person that I talk to on a regular basis, not even about Madden, that I lost because of that tweet. And I deserve to lose it. So we're clear, I deserve to lose it. But that's where if you want to be involved with these games or have an actual line of feedback, even if you don't get, this is the other big problem for people to give feedback. Feedback is a funnel. Okay? You're giving feedback into the funnel and you don't always get a response back up. And for a lot of content creators or a lot of people that have a following, that's hurt feelings. People get their feelings hurt that they don't get an answer all the time. I've gotten my feelings hurt that I don't get an answer all the time. But guess what? That's kind of the way it works, unfortunately. Because when you give feedback, there's no guarantee that a developer can immediately act on that. A lot of times a change has to go through 18 different levels of a video game before it can even be enacted. And even if it is enacted, there's a chance that they're going to break something else in the process. And that's not trying to give an excuse for developers, but like at the same time, sometimes it's hard screaming into a black hole. But that's kind of what giving game feedback is. And especially if you don't have like a direct line, a lot of times putting stuff out on social media is putting stuff out in the black hole. The difference is that black hole's reading it even if it's not speaking back. There are smaller people on Twitter that do not stream, that play the game hardcore, and know exactly what they're talking about, do not have a following, that tweet about certain games that have no idea the changes that they've had because of them. And we'll never know. And we'll never be able to get that credit. But there have been some major changes, and I know this for a fact. There have been at least, I can tell you of at least two, one in MLB and one in NBA. Major bug fix changes that have happened because somebody gave feedback on Twitter that they never heard back from. But they were, but it was found because they put a small clip up and said, "This is happening. Can we get this fixed?" You want me to go down? You want me to go down? Hold on. You want to even get better than this? Where's the Madden patch notes from today? EA Madden NFL. Hold on, I'm gonna bring these up real quick. This will not take long because I'm gonna give you a quick rundown real quick. You ready for this? This is one of the coolest things that sometimes I get to do. And again, this is not breaking any EAs, thankfully. I don't want ratings. Come on, give me the patch notes from today. Oh, is it under direct or is it here? Cowboys don't care. Cowboys don't care. Cowboys don't care. Come on. Why does Madden love the Cowboys so much? Oh, they're gridiron notes. Gridiron notes. You ready for this? I know personally the person that pointed this out. People may not care about this. NFL Authenticity fixed multiple gloves with logo mirroring issues, specifically Jordan and Adidas branded gloves. Fixed multiple issues around generic head hairs and skin areas, and the Browns front number placement on their 2017 uniforms were direct feedback from Twitter. And I know where they came from. I know exactly the tweets that came up. Those people will never know, and they had pictures on them. Those came from those. Those fixes came from those. I know the person that got the Vapor Edge Elite 362 cleat issues showing up on one side. Little things like that got fixed from community feedback. Because they read everything. People think they don't read everything. They read everything. So they're giving feedback on a game is yelling into a black hole where the black hole reads everything, and sometimes they reach out. Madden NFL Direct is known to jump into the DMs once in a while, or whoever the mysterious man behind that or woman or team is behind those jumps into the DMs once in a while and says, "Hey, can you explain a little bit more?" But a lot of times it's just some random tweet that you've put out that like, "Hey, this is wrong. Here's a clip." God, if you complain about something, man, you want to get seen real quick? Put a video clip of it up. Video clips go hard. You want to see even better? Put a video clip up, link your YouTube to it, and watch how many views it gets. If you don't have a YouTube, right? Let's say you don't have a YouTube channel. Put a random YouTube channel up. Put the YouTube clip up in the tweet and watch the views happen. You'll see 15, 20, 25 views. You're like, where the hell did that come from? No one saw the tweet. Oh, wait. You mean they're looking at it? Oh, that's what it is. Clips go long. Yeah. What D Grizzle just said, clips go way bigger than any kind of words ever will. So
I mean, I think you said this, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think I recall a tweet from you one time saying, like never stop talking about issues in a game or something along those lines. Because I think
Yep.
there was an issue going on with some game, and someone said something along the lines of, "I feel like no matter what I say, it doesn't matter." And you said, "No, everything you say does matter," something like that. Never stop being quiet. Always keep on voicing your issues and stuff like that with the game. I
Yep.
promise you they're seen. So I really appreciate you saying that because I feel like there are a lot of people that feel that way. And I felt that way at times before. That like I felt like, what's the point? And I feel like a lot of people sometimes feel like that, what's the point? But there is a point because, like I said, you might not always get seen, but there is that chance that that thing can get seen and it can get fixed. So your voice does matter, no matter if you're a content creator or not. That's also, I think, a key. Is I feel like a lot of people feel like they don't have a voice and what they say doesn't matter because they're not a content creator and they don't have this following. And I think people need to realize that that's not true at all.
And I think one of the things Healy just said this too. He said there's a lot of people in the community that see things and forward them too. That's absolutely true. I can tell you from things that I've seen. A lot of times there are creators, and not even just creators. I can tell you some of the closest voices aren't creators. Some of the closest voices are just people that are really good at reading community and share that stuff over. Like when we see so I can tell you right now, if there's somebody that is known to be in a program, They're there for a reason. And it's because they're very good top funnels, you know? So let's say this is the funnel for like MLB, right? Well, this funnel is the entire internet. So you know how slow it would be if it all went down to here? But now let's take this funnel and now break it up to me, Hoogs, Shelfie, Twin Gaming, Healy, everybody that you see that is Ashley before she moved over. There's a reason Ashley works with SDS now. There's a reason that Cbrev works with SDS. Cbrev is one of the best at this, man. Cbrev is so underrated for what he's able to do in the community. All of those funnels now, we take them all and we funnel them first, and then their funnel gets smaller and much easier to handle. So while they see a bunch of stuff, also we have those of us that have direct lines that have earned those direct lines. We use those. We don't listen. Nobody that's in one of those programs, and Creator Network is not a program, just so we're clear. Creator Network is working with the creator. I'm talking about actually working with devs or working with like community management and stuff like that. The people that have those direct lines, those people are there for a reason. You never hear them talk about it for a reason. And they are the ones that are sharing stuff over. And like, so like my Discord, when I see a problem in my Discord, I immediately send it over to people that I know. So you need, hold on. Do you mind if I, do you mind
No,
if we
you're,
address the chat?
dude.
Yeah.
This is you're good, man. This is look.
All right, so Hoodie Han, I need SDS to step it up to build the MLB community back up. So if you're talking about now, I don't know that that's SDS's fault, is it? It's a sports game, right? So sports games only are big when their sport is going. World Series, matter of fact, I mean, it's just the like, you know, kind of the way it works. When you talk about live service games, like a COD stays hot. But look, okay, so everyone expects like views to stay up for like games, right? For like games 12 months a year. Doesn't happen. Look at Diablo. Diablo was big for a month. Then they put out bad season 1 and views tanked. Destiny 2 views are down huge now. And that game's been out for how long? But so like you got to understand that there is MLB was dead before the playoffs started, Hoodie, just so we're clear. The views were down for MLB in August. But at that point, like it was March, right? March, April, May, June, July. That's a game out for 5 months. I mean, is that SDS's fault? I don't think it is. I think it's the fault of us that we rely on Diamond Dynasty too much for content. That's the truth. People don't want to hear this, but when it comes to live service games, there aren't many live service games that stay good for a full year. COD puts out a new one every year and their views go down until CDL starts. Like their views go down probably 2 months in. Here's the thing. MUT is only MUT's big till the Super Bowl. Views, matter of fact, MUT views, just so we're clear, Madden views go September, right? August, September, pretty good. October, November down. December goes down till about Christmas. Christmas goes back up for a little while. They raise back up till the Super Bowl. And then Madden views tank in March. That's just the way it is. And there's no amount of MUT content that will keep those people coming back, because I'm going to be real with you. The people that watch you aren't opening as many packs as you. Just the way it is. If you can create creative content, you can keep your viewers much longer. That's why people like myself, people like Jers Network, even though we're not bigger streamers in the sports games, when I hop game to game, I've created it so that way when I go Madden, NBA, I can do NHL, I can do UFC, I can do MLB when it comes out. I don't have those lulls because my strategy has been I might not grow as big in one, but I'm going to have a consistent audience no matter what month it is. So that was my choice. Yeah, no, Final Fantasy 14 is a machine of a game. WoW just started getting views again. Why? They've released a big thing. MLB is never going to be big in August. I'm sorry, it's not. Madden comes out. Madden's never going to be big in March. Why? MLB comes out. Madden loses views in October and November. Why? Big time game release season. Most people do not play Madden every night. How many people are in the Madden directory right now? Let me, you know, let's, you want to dig in? Let's dig in. This podcast is going to go a little long. I'm sorry, boys.
I'm loving this.
How many people are watching Madden over Thursday night football tonight? Thursday night football is easily viewable on Twitch, right? Who's going to watch Madden over Thursday night football? Be real with me. Be real with me. Madden has 3.4 thousand viewers right now, right? 3.4 thousand viewers right now. New patch, new harvest. What's it going to do tomorrow? Right back down. People just go live whenever they want to go live, and they expect. You want to see something, Rowdy? I can't show it to you, but go to twitchtracker.com at some point. Not now. We'll do. This is my generic advice. Go to your favorite game and look when it's big. Okay, look when the most viewers are watching it on a regular basis, day to day to day to day. You realize if I go live at 7:05, I lose 20% of my startup viewership, as opposed to 7 p.m. You know, if I go live at 6:30, I gain 13% viewership from startup. You know, if I go live at 6, I gain another 17%. You know why? Because everybody goes live at 7. Or a lot of people do. Jers learned that. Jers doesn't know I know what he did. He started going live a half hour early and ending a half hour earlier. So he had the same time span, but he went a half hour earlier because we share viewership, and he shares viewership with a lot of people that go live at 7 p.m. It's literally, that's how science works. That is exactly how viewership works. If you were the first one there, if you're the first one they click, if there are 5 viewers and the viewer likes all 5 of you, right? Whoever goes live first gets them. And if you get the first chance to hold on to them. And if you're good, you hold on to them. It's crazy. It is crazy how much actually, you know what that is? That's normal ratings. That's normal ratings. Let put it this way. I know Dimu's going to go, let's just say, for example, this is not going to work, by the way, but because he doesn't do this. He doesn't have this kind of schedule. But watch this. So let's say Dimu goes live 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., right? And I know he's going to get off at 6 p.m. What time should I go live?
Oh, you're asking me? I was
I'm asking you, yeah. I'm asking you, what time should I go live?
So he's going live at what time?
2 p.m. to 6 p.m., right? You know he's signing off at 6 p.m. What time should I go live?
You should either go live like at 30, like before. You should either go live before him, like an hour, 30 minutes before him, or you should go live 30 minutes to an hour after him, because then all the viewers have trickled down and you're going to be able to get in there and they're going to click off.
Not after.
Not after? Before. So always before.
The best thing is like 5:45, 5:30, 5:45. You should be ready to go and have your stream up and going, so that way you're engaging. You're not looking for a raid, by the way. You're not doing this so a raid, but you're there ready to go.
They're trickling
down. Dead by Daylight streamers did this for years.
Really?
They knew everybody's schedule, so they staggered their schedule. I watched a guy named Angry Pug, right? He's a Dead by Daylight now, streams Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He knew for years when he went live what streamers were getting off when he went live. So that way he would get the daytime. He would do daytime streams, do a 3-hour break, and do a nighttime stream. It wasn't just a random 3-hour break. He knew that during that 3-hour break, a bunch of big people were getting ready to go, that if he took off, he could take a break, come back right as everybody was getting off. There are so many things like that. It's basic ratings. What does a major TV network do when they have a new show? What do they do with it? Where do they schedule it? Do you know? I know this only because I've worked with TV before.
Oh, I've never worked with TV. I'm assuming.
So you ready for this?
Yeah.
You ready for this? 8 o'clock hour is your big TV show. You put your next show at 9 o'clock. Why? Because everyone's there and they're going to give it a chance. They're going to give it because you lead into it. Why does, when Monday Night Raw comes on, whatever's on right before Monday Night Raw used to cut in 3 minutes before and be like, we're here in Wichita, Kansas, and our main event is Michael Cole, Jim Ross. Michael Cole Here from Wichita, Kansas, Monday Night Raw coming up soon. We've got The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin for our main event, and kicking off right when this ends, kicking off in 3 minutes, we're gonna have Vince McMahon addressing everybody. That's your lead up. They knew. They knew to get that viewership so people wouldn't turn off at 8 o'clock. They wouldn't turn off to something else. Oh, dude, Vince McMahon? I gotta see this. And then there's your hook. That's the thing, is that when viewers are in the directory, if you study, that's what I'm talking about with Coke Carnage. I said Coke Carnage earlier, right? He studied patterns. He studied what people did. Hey, if I run a different game every night, people don't stay around for that. People don't stay around for that shit. They don't care, because if they don't know what you're playing next, if you go on his channel right now, is he live? Okay, he's not live. No, he is live. When he's offline, it has a schedule of what he's playing in the week. It shows you every day what he's playing. People know what he is playing every day. Now, again, bigger streamer, so there's an advantage there. But it's so key. Like when I go live tonight, I told everybody that I'm playing Super Mario. People know it was supposed to be tonight. It comes out tomorrow. They know that I'm doing a playthrough of Super Mario RPG. They know it's coming. I let everybody know throughout the week. I said, hey, Monday, I said, hey, we're going to do COD. We're going to do COD Zombies Monday, Tuesday. Thursday, we're going to do Super Mario RPG. We're going to do that Thursday, Friday, and Monday. Sunday will always be Madden Day. I promise you, every time you come to my stream Sunday mornings, Madden franchise will be there. So you know what people do? Well, I want to see Madden franchise. I gotta see that Sunday morning. I gotta go. Or I'm gonna make sure that's the VOD I watch. I know where the VOD is. You know what people don't do? You know what people didn't do when I was random gaming? Oh God, what is he playing now? Hold on, how am I supposed to keep up with this? Wait, is he playing Alan Wake? Is he gonna fit? I didn't finish Alan Wake, so this is on me. Is he ever gonna finish Alan Wake? Like, I was invested in that story. And because I'm a story-based creator, and that doesn't mean story-based games, I tell stories throughout my games. My zombies runs. Rowdy, am I just randomly going into zombies and just, whatever happens? No. I'm building up a stash. I'm showing people what I want to do. I'm learning strategies. I'm getting better at it. My story is, how often can I go into that red zone and not get my shit kicked in? Like, there is a story to be told there. And when that story happens, that's where you latch people on for longer. And I yell at chat a lot. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, Finn touched on that with me. He was saying, like, he's kind of had stories throughout his career, and like his latest one has kind of been trying to hit the partner plus, and like obviously he's going to be a new father, and he's like,
Yep.
that's a story within itself, and it's kind of bringing people back each day. Oh, is he going to hit partner plus today? What's the update on, like when the kid's coming along? And he told me that that's kind of an underrated thing, and that's something I've never really I mean, it's something that, like I said, it's something new that I learned, and that's what I love about this podcast. I get to learn something new, and I hope other creators that are out there watching this, or even just viewers, get to learn, new stuff, or someone that's an upcoming creator is getting to learn something new. That is my biggest thing about this, is that people get to learn something new every time they watch one of these episodes with the creator that's on here. They get to learn something that can help them take their content creation to the next level that maybe they could have went the rest of their content creation career without learning it, right? And so that's my goal with this, and I think that you've taught a lot of people a lot of stuff so far in this, and I greatly appreciate all the knowledge that you've dropped tonight.
And the big thing is, like, I'm an open book. If now I will say my Twitter DMs are a little weird, because if I don't follow you and we haven't interacted before, it goes into like a weird box that I think I have to check, because I forgot about it. But like, I've missed a couple sponsorships that way too. But anyway, so like, it's also important to know when to change the story, right? If the story is not working, and again, there's a story for you, but if like you're telling a story through a video game and that story is not working, eventually you have to know when do I have to take the fork in the road, right? When is the right time to do that? And that's an experience thing. That's going to be different for every creator. But the biggest piece of advice I can give to somebody who is looking to grow, okay, as a live streaming aficionado, that's what I am. I'm not good at VOD content. I'm not good at YouTube. I am not good at TikTok. I'm okay at TikTok. I'm weird. I have this weird, funny thing going that people seem to like. Live stream less, create content other than live streaming, build that audience first, and then live stream. And it's the hardest thing to tell people because people like to live stream. There are people that really love live stream. And I still think you can grow live streaming. The problem is that it's with the saturation the way it is now. I hope that these changes that Twitch is going to do in this next month that they announced yesterday about the whole discovery feed, and on this discovery feed, if you put a story up, and to your viewers, and it says you're live, you can actually click that and it goes right to your channel. It'll say live with so many viewers, and you can click that story and it goes directly to your channel. I didn't know that. I learned that from another story. The best piece of advice. Okay, besides the hey, go make more YouTube. Like, I know everyone tells that. Here's the best piece of advice I can give you: if your concentration is live streaming, you ready for this? Besides making a consistent schedule, which is always going to be the number one piece of advice, because if you're not consistent, people don't know where you are anyway. Figure out where you want to be. Figure out who is there now, not just one person. Figure out 5, figure out 7 people, and they don't necessarily need to be in your game. They can be in a different game, but in your level, figure out where you want to be. Give yourself a goal, right? And do this. Study. What are they doing? What are they doing right? Are they growing? Are they stagnant? Are they losing viewership? Why are they losing viewership? Why are they growing? What is going on with their channel? What are they doing right? What's their schedule? What are they what when they're doing content, what are they doing that's keeping people going, right? Why are people watching them? What's the hook? Like, why are people watching them? And again, they might have an advantage of like, hey, they've got this viewer base. Where did they grow? Where are they pulling people in from? Hey, ask them. I'm gonna be real with you, chat. A lot of people think that creators are assholes, and a lot of us are, but a lot of us just don't share. In question, I've told you I'm not gonna tell you. Be honest, Rowdy. How many times have I asked you a question, and you've said, or you've asked me a question, and my answer to you was, I can't tell you. I don't want to tell you.
Never.
There are a lot more creators like that. I promise you there are. I've asked questions to big streamers. I've sent a DM and I'm not gonna name names. I've sent a DM about 6 months ago to a very big streamer who I said, hey, listen, you do a lot of where I want to be time. Can you just give me a piece of advice? Be specific. Don't be just like, how do I grow? And I asked that question, and the response I got back was, what's funny? I've heard your name 3 or 4 times already from people that like, and again, I have a lot of different connections, so that's not always going to be the response. But hey, this is me. I don't need you to check out my content, but like, this is what I'm doing. Could you just give me a quick piece of advice? You'd be surprised how many times a creator, if it's a creator that's a good creator, how many times a creator be like, hey man, try this, or yeah, Solo Bounty and I have had multiple conversations. I have no problem, specifically me, but like reach out to a creator. The worst thing that you're gonna get in response? No. And then you know what? You move on. It's okay to be told no. I promise you it doesn't hurt. Like, ask people. If you idolize somebody, don't fanboy. Just go up to them and be like, hey man, I've been a fan for a long time. I'm creating content. I have a very specific question or very specific situation. Can you just give me what would you do, or can you give me a piece of advice on this? And be respectful. Just be respectful of their time. Like, hey man. And again, worst thing is gonna happen, no or no response. And you know what you do after that, Rowdy? You move on and you ask the next person. And yeah, Pepperana says in chat, if you start with something that shows you've been working in care, it takes you far. Yeah, show them you're serious. Show them, hey, look, this is what I've done. This is what I'm doing right now. This is my strategy. Can you just don't be like, how do I grow? I'm gonna be real with you. If you DM me, how do I grow? I'm gonna DM you back and go, you don't. Like, I'm gonna be dead serious. I'm gonna be dead serious. If you DM me, hey, I just started streaming, how do I grow? I'm gonna DM you back going, you're never going to. I'm gonna tell you quit. And they're gonna ask why, and then I'm gonna have the conversation. Then we can have a little bit more of a back and forth. But like, if that's your attitude when you're starting, you're already done.
I have I have I have learned a lot tonight, which is exactly why I wanted to bring you on. I have gotten everything I wanted out of this. Um, honestly, I've got one more question I want to ask you. Oh, I got two more. I got a fun little question I want to
Go
ask
for
you.
it. No, go for it. Yeah.
So this is something that this is kind of a personal question I want to ask you because this is something I have struggled with. What is the right way to reaching out to a company and brand and trying to work with them? And what's the wrong way to go about it? Because I feel like there definitely is like a right way you can go about reaching out to a company and brand and asking, I would like to work with you guys. I really enjoy your product. How could we possibly work something out compared to like, a way where you're just automatically going to get shut down and you're not going to have a chance. Like, what's the proper way to reach out to a brand and company, and what's the wrong way to go about it as a creator who's never really done it?
Media kit. Honest media kit. Honest media kit. Give yourself. It doesn't have to be this whole It doesn't have to be this whole like spread out presentation. But get yourself a media kit, and they're very easy. You can do them easily on Canva. You don't have to pay for them. But like look up content creator media kit. It's going to be your CCV. Your audience. What do you know? And talk yourself. Like say what you have to offer. Like you're gonna go. Let's say you go to G Fuel. Don't go to G Fuel, but I'm gonna use them as an example, right? I want to work G Fuel, right? Matter of fact, you know who called me on this? I went to Elgato to talk about working with them, and Gator told me you didn't tell me a goddamn thing. I said, hey man, I really want to work with Elgato. I think there's some great partnership opportunities. I think I'm a great representative for my community. I think I would be a great representative for Elgato. What can I do? And Miguel was the most honest person to me, and this is why I will have respect for him for this day. He said, "You didn't tell me anything." He goes, I see. We work with Elgato, right? I said, I work for Elgato. And Gator's a friend, so I don't have a problem talking about this. We work with Elgato. Elgato is a national name, worldwide name in content creation. What are you offering? What do you want? What do you want to do? He goes, okay, you want to work with Elgato. What does that mean? You just want to slap the logo on your channel? Is that all you want? He goes, because if that's all you want, I'll slap the logo on your channel right now. He goes, that's fine, no problem. Are we done? You can free advertise for me. What do you bring to the table, Rowdy? Like if you're going to G Fuel, you go, man, this is my current CCV. This is the content that I currently create. This is my community. I'm very good. This is what makes me good. These are my skills. This is how I plan on making this brand worth it. If you're what do you want? So I want an affiliation where I get a code with a percentage off, and every once in a while I'd like to give away something to my community, and this is why I think it will work. My community is very big into energy drinks. My community it leans energy drinks over coffee. Like I already know they're big fans of some of the competitors. I think that I could, I think me using this on stream, I have plans on this, and this. This is a video that I'd love to make. Give them plans on content that you'd love to make. Don't give them ideas. Don't give them ideas. But like, hey, I'd love to do, I think I do a good job making a few TikToks a week about this, or making one video a week. Give them a plan. They're not going to give it to you. There is unless the product comes to you, I have products coming to me on a good basis that say, hey, look, we want this, 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 and this. Okay. And this is what we're going to give you for it. And then I can say yes or no. But if I go to a company, I need to be the one doing that. You want to sell yourself. You're selling yourself. You're selling your channel. You're selling your community, right? So you give them, you say, hey, look, I want to do this, 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 and this. And don't be, I want to be a representative for your company because I think I'm very good in my community. No, I have this viewership. I have this time of day. I've got this. This is my community. They're very loyal to this. I really do think we could sell these kind of things. If you think you're worth money for that, ask them for money. Have a number in mind. There's a season you can search streamer rate for sponsorships, and that's the difference. Affiliation, sponsorship. Sponsorship, you're getting paid or given something. Affiliation, you're given a code essentially for you get a commission off of sales. Like, know those things going in, but essentially market yourself. And and I'm gonna be real with you, if you go at any one of these with a lack of confidence, don't bother sending an email.
I love that. I thank you for that because honestly, I that is something I have probably had the biggest issue with is knowing the proper way to reach out to a brand. I feel like a lot of creators struggle with that because it's not something that's just plastered all over the place, right? There's no like can't really Google how do I present myself to a company as a streamer. There's not
Nope.
really a go to for it, and you know, I think what you said is great, right? You need to sell yourself to the brand, and sell what you're trying to create with them. I greatly appreciate that, and I know a lot of people honestly will probably take a lot from that because I know I'm definitely not the only creator out there that struggles with that, and you see a lot of times a lot of creators just hey, we're looking for people to work with. You'll see like the tweets from whether it's Elgato or it's an energy drink company. They'll be like, hey, we're looking for some new creators to work with. Let us know why. And like, I'll go down in the Twitter comments sometimes and I'll see just like a basic like message. Oh, I would love to work with you guys, blah, 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 blah. And I think one of the things that I learned from you that kind of helped me, and it hasn't worked for me yet, but I do feel like it has put me above other people in the comment section. Is making like either like a little highlight reel or taking a clip of what some like my for me it's my energy, right? It's my high
Mm-hmm.
energy stuff like that. Taking something like that and putting it with the message because then what do you do is you give them a visualization of what they're looking at, right? It's not just a message; it's a message with a clip, so they see what you are about when they look at that, and they're getting a better perspective of who you are and the person that's behind the tweet instead of just
Right.
seeing a little logo in the corner, like the little circle, and they're just seeing a basic paragraph like everyone else. You're now presenting them with this is the content this person makes, this is what they would like to do with us, and we can see how it adds up and see if we would possibly like to work with them. Or, then you can go further in the talks to DMs with them. So that is something that I learned from you that definitely I feel like can help put people over the edge when trying to reach out to a brand, at least on Twitter.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to DM somebody. Like if you see a community manager, don't be afraid. Say them and send them a DM like, hey, look, I have some proposals that I'd like to make via G Fuel. Is it if they have an email in their bio, that's even better. But like, hey, I'd love to be able to send you an email at some point. I've got some information. I've got information. I've got again proposals. I've got some things that I want to send over with for possibly working together on something. Like if you see a community manager, games too. If you see a game community manager, like don't be afraid to reach out. Be like, hey man, I'm a huge fan of. I'll tell you what. This is how I got to work with Marvel's Avengers. Marvel's Avengers, I was nowhere near that. I was nowhere near that like program. I reached out and I was like, hey man, I would love to work with Marvel's Avengers. I'm a huge comic book fan. I know a lot of my content is sports related, but my community is very loyal to me. I think I could reach out from the sports community and bring viewership over that you wouldn't normally get into this Avengers game. I think you have a very good experience in your single player. I really am high to work with you. And from there, I get to work on that. I got to work on Outriders when Outriders came out. I was automatically added into that. I was in the program with Final Fantasy 16 when it came out this year. Because of that, I'm in the Ubisoft Creators Program, Rowdy. I'm a sports game guy. Like Ubisoft doesn't make sports games. And I got in there because I reached out and said, hey, look, I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan. This is a couple years ago. huge Assassin's Creed fan. While I don't make content on it, I'd love to start making content on it. I think this is a good partnership. And I think a lot of people on my channel, while I do stream sports, I stream a lot of story-based content, not only in the games but out of the games as well. I think story-based would be something that I could link them to and have a lot of fun with this. Is this something you'd be interested to? And the Ubisoft guy went kick my bag, man. I love it. It's a great idea. Let's do something. I mean, you see this? I got this today from Skate. And yes, Skate's an EA property, but this is because of this. I got this today from curating and reaching out, because I don't sit on my ass. If you sit on your ass and you don't reach out, no one's going to reach out to you. There are hundreds of thousands of creators. Okay? No one reaches out. This is years of work that they just sent this to me, because they know that I'm going to have fun with the game, and they know that I'm going to be true, and they know I'm not going to just crap on something if it's bad. Like, they know it's going to be, it's what I'm saying. Like, you're not going to get anything by sitting back. You have to market yourself. You have to be your own best. You have to be your own best PR person, your own best marketer, your own biggest fan. And again, I say this to everybody. If you are not going to be confident in yourself, nobody is going to have confidence in you. And your chat will tell you, oh no, we're here for you. If they see lack of confidence in you, they're not going to be there for you. Okay? I love my chat to death. I truly mean that. There are people in my chat that I would take a bullet for. Okay, and we just had a conversation about parasocial relationships, that not using the love word. There are people in my chat that I would take a bullet for without question. Okay, if I don't have confidence, I don't expect confidence. Okay, you have to, and if you're out there, fake it till you make it. Okay, man, fake it till you make it. You could be 5 viewers a stream. Treat yourself like you've got 500. Walk around like you've got 3,000. Okay? Walk around. Listen, I know my content is good. I know I can get better. And I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to walk around here. And yeah, if someone mentions your viewership, you go, and my content doesn't reflect my viewership all the time. Dude, I'm a 100 to 200 average viewer stream. I treat myself like I'm Gathalion. I treat myself like I'm Ninja half the time. People on Twitter, there are people on Twitter that think that I'm full of myself. Real talk. People think that because the people that don't think that know who I am, but the people that think that I'm just, swinging my dick. They just think I'm out there just swinging around because I can. Brother, I'm swinging around because if I don't, no one's going to swing it for me. It sounds weird, but you know what I mean? No one's going to be out there being like, dude, that guy's got a huge dick. No one's going to say that. I'm going out there and be like, guess what? MFers? I know this is a little rough around the edges, but damn right. Listen to me. I'm walking around with a big dick. And if anyone that wants to listen to me and believe that I have a big dick, get on. Because we're traveling to the top. And you know how many people jump on with that? Brother, they love it. They love it. Because they listen, you can carry your entire community that way. You can carry your entire community that way, brother. You can literally say to somebody, listen, man, it's the meme. Listen, I don't know what we're going to do. I just know that we're going to be fighting. And the guy next to you, where are we going? Am I driving or you? You know what I mean? I know there's going to be fighting. I know there's going to be blood. Guy next to you. But you got to say it with confidence. You literally, it's Ric Flair. There he is. Ammo's got it. It's Ric Flair. Ric Flair, you know what, was Ric Flair ever the best looking? Was he ever the best physique? No. He walked around with the biggest dick. And that's what it is. Fake it till you make it. I don't even care. You could have an innie instead of an outie. I don't care. You act like you're Lexington Steel. You walk around like Ron Jeremy. You walk around like you're Ron Jeremy, okay? Damn straight. That's how it works. That's how it works. And I know, and again, I know that's rough around the edges. It's not my normal content, but like,
It's the Rowdy Hour, baby. This is what we're getting, I guess, man. This is the Rowdy Hour.
Fake it till you make it is the best advice I was ever given. I know it's cliche. Fake it until I make it. Because eventually that confidence will be your real confidence. They say this. They say the stupidest thing, the piece of advice that I thought was the stupidest advice that I was ever given is wake up every goddamn morning, look yourself in the mirror, and be like, "This is my fucking day." Right? Smile at yourself, and this is my fucking day. It could be the worst day you're ever gonna have, but you know what? The more you say to yourself in the mirror, the more you look yourself in the mirror and be like, "Listen, motherfucker, this is our day. We're not letting this day go down." Eventually you start to believe it. And when you start to believe it, nothing stops you. Nothing stops you. Rowdy, there are times I've looked up and had 40 viewers at the end of a stream. But you know what? Didn't affect me during the stream. And that's what it's got to be. That's what it's got. And I know going in, here's the thing. I know going in, there are going to be times I make bad decisions on stream on game, bad decisions on stream on attitude, bad decisions on stream. You know what, though? I get to go live the next night and start over again. And you know what I'm going to do the next day? I'm going to do the same damn thing. And I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to learn from it, but I get another chance the next night to make it even better. I get another goddamn chance every single night I go live. Every single night I get to go there and be like, you know what? Tonight, maybe instead, maybe I play a different game instead. Or maybe we keep playing, we keep growing from there. And that's been one of the hardest things that I've had to deal with variety streaming is there will be times that I'm going to fail. But I'm never a fucking failure. I'm never a failure because the next night I'm going on, I'm doing the intro, I'm putting the big smile on, and we're going to have a fun goddamn time. And you know what? The next night, maybe I'll have 200 viewers. Maybe I'll have 300. Hell, there was a time on Spider-Man. Dude, I had a time on Spider-Man with TikTok. I had 3,000 TikTok viewers playing Spider-Man. Real talk. And the next night, I had 50. And you know what the difference is, Rowdy? You know what the difference in the two streams was? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And you know what the whole time? Still had my core community. Still had the people that show up every night. And those people, and I'm going to give you one more piece of advice if you're a live streamer. And this is the most important. This is the most important advice you will ever hear. And again, apologies for the language, but it's coming out. The people that fuck with you, don't disrespect them. And I've done this before. I've made this mistake. I don't care if you have 2 viewers. I don't care if you have 10 viewers. I don't care if you've got 3,000 viewers. I don't care if you've got 50,000 viewers. Okay? If the words, "no one's watching me," come out of your fucking mouth on stream, you just disrespected everyone in your chat. If the thought crosses your mind, and it will, the thought will cross your mind, "no one's watching me," you are disrespecting those people that have taken time out of their night. Time out of their night, Rowdy, to fuck with you, to be there for you. Those people are why you stream. I don't care if it's 2 or 200, okay? I don't care what the number is. There are people in that stream that are there for you, that literally show up and said, "Mother effer, Mills went live, I'm there." And if I give a shit about the people that aren't there, I'm disrespecting every single one of them. And yes, do I want to grow? Absolutely. Do I run ads? Absolutely. Do I do things to keep the lights on? Absolutely. Do I have a daily sub goal on the top of my stream right now that I advertise on a normal basis? 100%. You know what? But the people that are in that chat, I will never disrespect. Not again. I will disrespect you. I'm joking. I'm not joking. I will disrespect you at some point because it's a confidence issue. It's always a confidence issue. You're going to slip sometimes. You do not disrespect those people. Those people are there, and those people matter, and those people deserve your respect. They deserve you to be on, and I don't care if a million people aren't watching you. If there's two, those two matter.
I couldn't have said it better myself, and I will be the first one to sit here and admit that I am guilty of that. I am fully guilty, and
We all are.
and
We all are.
and you know what? Like I said, and you know what? I said it, and after I realized I fucked up, and you know what I did? I reached out to every single person that was there because I'll check from here and there's just a viewer list to see who's hanging out, and I literally felt so bad. I literally reached out and I DM'd every single person if they had Twitter or Twitch, whatever. And I personally DM'd every single one of them, and I said, you know what? I said something tonight that I shouldn't have said. I'm sorry, and I apologize to you. Thank you for your support. You're there no matter what, because I felt like that was important to me because I took that very seriously, right? I don't take it lightly that someone spent time out of their busy day, right? You probably just got home from work. They probably have kids or whatever it is, and they took time out of their day to stop by to me, and that's disrespectful of me to say that to them. So, to anybody, anytime I've ever said that, if you've ever felt disrespected, I apologize. I've probably sent you a million messages before it saying I'm sorry, but listen, once again, I've slipped up, I've messed up and said it, and I apologize. So I mean, I think everyone's had that.
It's okay. It's okay to apologize. Just understand that, like, every streamer has confidence issues. I've seen massive streamers say, "Well, no one's watching," they have like 1,500 viewers, but it's lower than what they normally are. Every single streamer has viewership ego. Every single one of us, because it was built into our brains that your CCV is what matters. And your CCV does matter. I'm not going to lie to anybody. Your CCV matters, okay? It does. At the end of the day, you're growing or you're dying, okay? So you gotta find some way to be on one side. That being said, that doesn't mean you get to disrespect the people that have taken time out of their, like, taking time, and I'll be real, you don't know who you're affecting that day. You're looking into a camera, and they don't know how you're dealing with it either. Like, your day's the same. Dude, you might have somebody. I have literally, this is a couple years ago, and again, I'm not gonna, no names. I had literally somebody say that, like, my streams, again, we don't know, parasocial relationship. I'm choosing to believe it because this is a very serious topic. I had somebody say that I literally talked them off the proverbial ledge one night. And I wasn't doing anything special. I was just giving attention. You don't know who you're affecting. You don't know what you're affecting that day. I mean, you could literally disrespect somebody and be like, and again, not necessarily your problem, but you know what I mean? You don't know who you're affecting. You could have what happens if, like, one of your closest internet peeps, right, is having a terrible day. You may have just turned their day around. And you may, it's the same thing with feedback. It's the same thing I'd said about feedback, right? The black hole. You may never know. You may never know. But I choose to believe that we get to positively affect people. And yeah, do I want to positively affect more people? Absolutely. I'm always going to want to. And this is the other part of this. I want to be very, very clear. The viewership ego. It's never going to be enough. Just so we're clear, if you have 2 viewers, you want to get to 10. But once you have 10 viewers, you're going to want to get to 30. And once you have 30, you're like, oh my God, I'm halfway to partner. And now I want to get partner, right? Now I need 75. But now I'm partner, but now I want to get to partner plus, which is, a certain amount of subs. And now you're partner plus, but, like, now you want to get, like, you're always going to want more. Don't let more ruin now. You let more ruin now, and the people that are there for you now aren't going to be there for you to get to more. Respect now, always want to grow, but the people that are effing with you now, they're not the reason you're not growing. So don't take it out on them.
I don't know how. I can honestly, there's no better way to say. There's nothing else to say. Honestly, there's really nothing else to say, ladies and gentlemen. If that doesn't have you wanting to run through a brick wall, whether you're going through everyday life, or you're waking up tomorrow to create a new piece of content, I don't know what will. And honestly, I listen. If this podcast, this episode does not have you motivated, I don't know what will in this world. Thank you to Mills for your inspiration, your knowledge that you blessed us with tonight, giving us your time. I know you're a busy man, so thank you so much for allowing me to bring you on and talk to me and the people out there listening, watching this on YouTube. Hopefully, you guys that are watching this learn something tonight and you're motivated to keep on in your content creation journey or just life in general and be the best person you can be every day. And there's the sign. Look good, be good, do good things. All right? So we're going to close this podcast out. Mills, thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate you giving us your time and being on here and dropping your knowledge. I got exactly what I was wanting out of this. And hopefully those that are in here watching now and watching on YouTube or listening to this, hopefully you got something out of this as well, because that is the goal with each one of these podcasts, is for one of you out there to get something from this. As always, like I like to close this out. You're beautiful. You're one of a kind, baby. All right? Keep on grinding out there in the world. Success is coming your way. You just got to keep on digging at it. All right? Wake up every day. You're the fucking man or woman. And just look, kick every day's ass. All right? Don't let it kick your ass. You kick that day's ass. All right? Be the greatest you can be. Keep on working hard, and good things and good success will come your way. And we will catch you in the next episode of the Rowdy Hour.